and welcome again to the Dancin' Fools Show with your host, as ever, Laurent Mullen. As you know, on this show, we have guests from the show business world, some locals, some from other parts of Connecticut, and that means it's people from dance and music and movies, producers, directors, choreographers, writers, and today's focus will be dance. I'm very pleased to have as my guest a young woman of wonderful talents. She started dancing at the age of 2. She started teaching at the age of 12 and has recently started something new in her career, which we will be talking about today. I'm happy to introduce Amanda Tosetti.
Hello.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent, and very happy to have you on the show. I wanted to just get started introducing you to our audience, and as I said, you started dancing at a very young age.
Yes.
What was your experiences at that time?
Well, I started dancing at a studio that was right down the street from where I live. It was in walking distance, so I don't remember much of it because I was only there for about 2 years. But then I started dancing at another studio where I spent the rest of my dance career at. I was great dancing in groups, loved being on stage, and then my first solo came and I freaked out. I did it great at dress rehearsal, nailed it, and then come recital night, I was hysterical behind the curtains. Needless to say, nobody thought I would dance after that, because if you look at the tape now, I was miserable when I went on stage. No smile, no anything.
Obviously, though, you kept at it, and
yep.
You have been doing it now for that amount of time. How are your parents with your desire to dance and to continue with it?
They were fantastic. They'd probably be millionaires if I didn't dance all my life. But no, they were always great. They always, every competition. Many fights with my mother backstage, screaming matches, the normal backstage mom stuff. And my dad quiet in the audience.
Oh, yeah, he was a good guy. And it turns out, too, your mom has also been a dancer.
Yep, she danced ballroom for a while with my uncle, one of her brothers, when they were younger. I've seen many pictures, so I'm sure it runs in my blood somewhere. My whole family likes to dance. It's always a dancing party when they're all together. So
runs in the blood. I've heard that before about dance. And let's talk about the types of dancing that you have done, that you would like to do, and also where you've performed these dances.
Well, I'm trained in tap, jazz, lyrical, hip hop, what they call novelty, which is usually it involves some kind of prop, meaning it could be like a hat or a chair or something like that. It's just a different style that doesn't really fall under any other category. And then musical theater, which is usually Broadway numbers. You portray a character on stage from a Broadway play or a Broadway musical, something like that. I've danced in a couple big cities, some such as Disney. I've danced in Disney twice. I've danced in Vegas 3 times. And I've been to Atlantic City a couple times. So I've been to the major cities. So it was quite the experience. I was danced in Vegas for my first time when I believe I was 12. I might have even been 11. That was my first real big dance experience. I was on a national dance team that I made off of a competition. So,
what would you say are some of your favorite dances or even dance?
I get asked that question a lot.
Yes.
mainly by students. Students will always ask me what my favorite style is. It's hard to say.
It's funny. I get asked the same thing.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say because I have favorites about each style. Hip hop's great because it's fun. It's active. You go out and it's freestyle. You do your thing, kind of. But if I really had to pick one, I'd have to say lyrical. Because there's a story behind it. You get all your emotions and all your, it helps you, lyrical's helped me through sad things, through happy times, through frustrations. stuff like that. So I'd have to say probably lyrical and then tap, because you make a lot of interesting sounds with your feet.
And so let's see, let's go over what those dances are. Lyrical, it definitely seems like one of your favorites. And what else now? Tap?
Tap, yeah, I would say tap would be my second favorite, because it's pretty amazing the sounds that you can make with your feet. And, you know, any dance fans that are watching would probably Gene Kelly is somebody that automatically comes to their mind, who was the best tap dancer ever. So I'd have to say when I was younger, and even now, I would search for old videos so I can watch him tap dance, because it's just amazing. So I would say he's one of the ones that turned me on to how pretty awesome tap could be.
Yes, and a guy too.
Yeah, and a guy dancer too. Yeah. So.
And what else now? So.
There's also hip hop, which is more street style dancing. More hip hop teaches you how to isolate different parts of your body. Gives you a great ab workout too, because contraction is a great ab workout. So it's a fun workout, and it's just fun because you can freestyle with it. You know, lyrical tap they're fun, but they're technical as well. You know, your body has to be a certain way, your feet have to be a certain way. Hip hop is more you can let loose kind of thing. Okay. So, and then there's
other dances, yes?
There's the musical theater, which I mentioned, which is just Broadway style. You just get to be a character that maybe you looked up to or liked out of a play or something. So,
let's now go to a video of a dance solo that you've been working on.
Yeah.
And our audience can see it, and viewers, and then we can comment on that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Feeling broken, barely holding on. There's just something so strong, somewhere inside of me, and I'm down, but I'll get up again. No count me out just yet. I've been brought down to my knees, and I've been pushed right past the point of breaking, but I can't take it. I'll be back on my feet. This is far from over. They haven't seen the last of me. They haven't seen the last of me. They can't say.
So, let's talk about what we saw. You mentioned before about lyrical, right?
Right. That's so it was lyrical. That was the style. Basically, movements you saw were controlled extensions and different kinds of lyrical turns. The song that I did means a lot to me because it always it came out in a recent movie, and it was always the song hit me just right away. Tells kind of my story. Whenever I'm on the stage, I always feel like, you know, it's never the last dance.
I had the opportunity to see you dance a few years ago, and I was truly amazed. Your mom said, you got to come watch Amanda, and it was really, really, really a special time because we only talked about it. And full disclosure, too, is that I think just before that, you had taken some ballroom lessons.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I had the opportunity to dance with you at that time, and you had a lot of talent in just ballroom. So then I was able to see in person how well-rounded you are.
Yeah. Well, it's always, I mean, in dance, it's important to be versatile. You have a lot of dancers that will go towards one style and put all their effort into it, which is great. But it doesn't keep your options open as far as performing. You know, you have the tap dancers who are phenomenal at what they do, and they're amazing at it. But that only leaves them with the tap world. You know, for me, I've always found it better to be more versatile so you can do a lot of different things. You have a lot of different options open to you, hopefully. Hopefully. So.
Well, let's see, what else that's been going on in your life is the big change. So one reason why we are here is that, let's talk about that. So you have been dancing, and really not so much dancing for anyone but yourself, and now you've started a whole new business. Tell us about that.
So I've been dancing for 21 years, going on 22. And basically, I just thought maybe it was time. I had a big influence who was my boyfriend. He pretty much made, you always know that you have some kind of talent because you work so many years at it, so you figure you got to have something. But I was just never the type of person to be like, okay, I could do this. Like, I can go on my own and do, start a studio for myself and stuff like that. So he pretty much yelled at me and told me that it was time to really get going and that I had talent to share with other kids. And
so yeah, you keep looking around. Where is he here?
he's over here.
Hey, why don't we have Billy join us? Come on into frame so we can see you. Can we get
Come
him
down.
in there? There
You're
you
too
go.
tall.
Very cool. So tell us your full name.
James Monroe.
AKA Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, Bill. All right. And you guys have been together for a while,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
so yeah, this is a big deal. So, right, and why we're here mostly is because what's going on with the business. So tell us about the name of the business and.
So it's called Simply Dance, and I came up with the name, to be honest with you, I don't even know how. We were talking about the business one day, and he was yelling at me, telling me I had enough talent to go on my own and really pushing me to make it there. And one day I sat down and was going to start like flyers and everything, and I was just like, oh, Simply Dance, because I just want to simply dance. That's all I want to do. So I just came up with the title and ran with it, and it stuck. And basically, hopefully it goes right where I need it to go.
And for more information too, what's the website? You must have
The
one.
website is simplydance.vpweb.com. You could probably search it on Google too if you search my name or the site. So
Amanda Tosetti.
Amanda
That's Simply
Tosetti,
Dance. And and you will be offering classes this fall.
Yep, I'm starting classes in the fall. All classes: tap, jazz, lyrical, hip hop, a musical theater class. There's a hip hop fitness class, which is more so an ab workout. You learn the hip hop style, but it's more focused on what you do with your body, isolations and stuff like that. So hopefully it works out.
Registrations when?
It'll be Wednesday, August 14th through that Saturday, the 17th. And then there's going to be a big dance party Saturday night. So hopefully everybody can come meet and hang out, and that's about it.
Cool, okay. 216 State Street.
Yes.
In New Haven.
Yes.
And let's now show us some video of your class.
Okay.
A short video of the class, and we can talk about it after our viewers see it.
Okay. Around, open, in, hot, right, left, side, right, left. Did you hear it that time? Understand. And out. Roll. And walk. Knee. Around. Hop. Knee. And high direct. Slide. Again. Turn. And kick. That's okay. We're still eating it.
Much as you blame yourself, you can't be for the way that you feel. And no example of a love that was even remotely real. How can you understand something that you never had? Well, baby, if you let me, I can help you out with all of that. Let me love you.
Well, all right. The class that we saw involves mostly girls,
Right.
but boys are often or are welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Believe it or not, in my dance life, even taking classes myself, I haven't had many younger boys that have wanted to come into class, but I hope they do.
Sure.
I hope they do.
Sure.
So,
And what are the ages of the students that you'll be teaching?
all ages, from about age 5 to adults. There's also there's adult tap and jazz classes and adult fitness classes. But all ages, it's broken up by experience level. So,
Great. Let's see. We've got a little more dancing to do right here in the studio. But first, let's. I just want to ask you about who's inspired you in your life, or just in general. You know, like what kind of dance influences have you seen or had?
I'd have to say my 2 dance influences would be Gene Kelly, which I mentioned earlier, and I'd have to say Martha Graham, because she has a book that I read when I was very young, and she started from nothing and ended up, she is mainly what they call the mother of modern dancing, which is a type of lyrical dance, type of contemporary dance, and she started from nothing, took regular ballet lessons, and then came up with a whole brand new style of dance all on her own. So I'd have to say those would be my 2 biggest influences. They've always been who I wanted to dance like. So
Yeah, Graham, truly American, created the modern dance form, and I could see that.
Yeah, created every little piece of it. So.
And how do you feel about ballet? Something you have done?
So ballet, training in ballet is very important for every style of dance. So I've trained in ballet. I've danced ballet here and there, but it's not a style I do often. Not for any particular reason, just I like it better as training techniques rather than dancing it myself. It's just not my knack, I guess you can say. A lot of ballet dancers are just ballet dancers, and then you have dancers like me who do everything else, but train in the ballet style, because it's important. You can't dance without ballet, so it's the basis of everything.
It sure is, yeah. And in the ballroom world, for me and my students and my teaching, you can always tell a ballet student or a student who's had some formal training, classical training, their backs are straight, their arms are extended, and they're poised and their long necks.
Right.
It makes a big difference, I think, in almost any form, especially in ballroom. So I would think so for you too.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. You can't have the posture or the feet or anything like that without the basics of ballet. It's the basics of every style, regardless. So.
Okay. So I think sometime soon we'll have some ballet dancers here too. But right now we're going to move to our last part of the show, which is Amanda doing just something here in the studio. Nothing too big because of the space, but we'll finish with that, with you.
Sounds good.
Good. Wow, here we are. So with Amanda Tosetti, and we're about to see some dancing, a few dance moves, and Amanda's going to describe it after we see it. Okay?
So that's what they call a double attitude jump. It's a slight bend in the right leg and in the left leg. Usually it's done in lyrical, jazz. It can even be done in some hip hop dances as well. Tap. It's pretty versatile, actually. Now that I think about it, it could be done in almost any dance, pretty much. So.
Can we see it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. And next. And this looks like a penché.
Yes.
Nice extension too.
Yes.
We do that in ballet.
Yeah, ballet, lyrical is usually where it comes from. It's one of my favorite leg lifts, to be honest with you. So I like that one a lot. A lot of core stability. That's all the ballet stuff comes into balance and extensions and height. That's all your basic ballet that we were talking about. So.
Wow, it just shows your extension and your flexibility. Is there something else we can do?
Yeah, we can do what they call a pirouette, which can be done in either lyrical or jazz. The only difference really, in lyrical, your passe is turned out, which means your knees to the wall, or your passe is turned in, which means your knees in straight, which is jazz. So I'll do jazz.
Pirouettes?
Yes.
Or pirouette? Just, you know, for our viewers too, we're dancing, she's dancing on carpet, which isn't the best. And your classes are on a wood floor. Yeah, that's always best, or marley, depending on, you know, where she does
Yeah.
it. Okay.
But that's okay. We'll make it work. And then if you want to do a hip hop thing out of it, you would just, you know, body roll, snap, something like that.
Ooh, can you do it again? Let's do that.
That's my little Michael Jackson trick.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
Michael Jackson's definitely the hip hop inspiration, absolutely.
Amanda, it's been great having you on the
Thank you.
Dancin' Fools show. Make sure to check us out at the website, ballroomdancingfools.com, for more information. And so also make sure about Mom.
Yes, I'd like to put a disclaimer out there about my mom, because she's going to hate me for the whole, you know, stage mom. No, but to be honest with you, my mom has been great. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't ever be dressed or have my makeup done or get to my dance lessons or do anything that has to do with dance without her. Same as my father. My grandmothers have always been at every competition. So I've really lucked out when it's come to everything my mom's done and the money they've shelled out and the trips they've made and the crazy rehearsal schedules and everything. So same as my father has been fantastic as well, and my grandmother. So I've lucked out. Love you, Mom. Thanks. Love you, Dad. Thanks.
Yeah, Mom and Dad are nice. And also congratulations on Simply Dance and your new endeavors.
Thank you.
And thanks again for being here on the Dancin' Fools show. Hi, welcome to the Dancin' Fools show. And today's dance tip. We're at the Body in Motion studio in Guilford, a lovely studio. First things first, men and women, when you are dancing together, the man's the leader. So I'm going to show you some of the basics. First of all, dance frame. Amelia, one of our instructors at Ballroom Dancin' Fools, will illustrate the lady, and me, Laurent Mullen, will do the man. First, dance frame from various positions. Man's right hand is on her back, left hand is holding her right. Men, you always start with your left foot. Ladies, you always start with your right. First step today, illustrating the sway basic. This could be used during a slow song, as I said, or in swing to rock and roll. When you drop your hands, gentlemen, the lady's first instinct is to step away. When you're in a separated position like that, called open facing, is when you can do turns. So we'll do it again. Drop the hands, she steps away. Next step we're learning is a circling cuddle. It has other names depending on what part of the country you're from, but it begins the same way. From dance frame, we drop our hands, gentlemen. Lady steps back. You're going to pull her into your right side by lifting your left elbow, pulling with both hands, moving to her left side, and this is the position from the front, and unwinding it, and we'll do the whole thing again. After doing a sway basic, you drop your hands, she steps away. Men, lift your left elbow, pull her in and step to your left, gentlemen, and she comes directly to your right. This is the cuddle position. We're going to do it again. From a sway basic, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, pull 5, 6, 7, 8. The circling cuddle, as illustrated, is walking in a circle. Ladies go backwards, men go forwards. It looks harder. It is harder than it looks. So you have to try it on your own. Here we are doing the sway basic to sending her away. Men, you pull the left elbow up. In this position from the side, you can see the lady's footwork as she goes backwards. Men, you go forwards very gently. Unwind, and there she is. Next is the dip. As you pull her in, this is the more advanced version for the lady. She spins all the way in. Men, you grab her with your right hand, turn her. She's on her right foot, and she dips with a flat back, hips forward, and men, you're lunging on your left leg. We're going to show you from a different position, but the dip is very versatile. The dip can be done at the end of a song, it can be done in the middle of a song, and it's also very important to remember, gentlemen, don't ever let the lady throw herself. You have to catch her and control from the very beginning. This way no one gets hurt. From a different position, you can see from his back, the leg is straight back and the forward one is bent. Amelia does that very well. So let me show what the men are doing without the lady. Making sure that you don't use your back, you use your legs. If you use your back as such, you can get injured or she can fall. And that's the dip. Today's dance tip will also include outside inside turns. So first we'll do a sway basic. Sway basic, again, is just circling, doing a two-step, 1, 2, 1, 2, sending her away. Pulling her past you, gentlemen, is an outside turn. If you keep your elbow up and go back from where you started, it's an inside turn. Bring her to frame and start over. Outside turn. Facing the lady, you've just countered her. After she passes, you then step back into her path. You counter again after an inside turn. And gentlemen, from this position, pull her into frame and start over. These are just basic outside-inside turns, switching positions after the lady does her turn. And out. And pass. And pull. And pass. Very basic turns. Outside and inside turns to a circle basic. And there we have it. Today's dance tip on the Dancin' Fools show. I'm Laurent Mullen. Thanks for watching.